What to do, my people? How we gonna switch it up? I'm gonna cambiar la vaina. 6'7", 6'7". Hey, I got a story time for y'all. I see the title, Coming to America. Now, coming to America, you feel me? For me, it's weird. I'm gonna fill y'all in on who the fuck I am. Y'all see the hat? Y'all see the flag? Y'all may not know. I'm Dominican. Yo soy dominicano. De pura cepa. Pero I was born in Puerto Rico. You feel me? En la isla del encanto. Somehow, along the way, I ended up in United States, Minnesota. So I was born in, tú sabes, 2001. You know what I'm saying? I'm 24 years old, but long story short, I got to the USA when I was about 9 years old. Feel me? That's like 2009. You know, I don't really have good memory of, you know, my life or my mom and my dad, you know, in Puerto Rico. You know, I was born in Bayamón, Puerto Rico. El que sabe, sabe. All I know is that I blinked twice and I was in the fucking hole. That's exactly how I jumped into my fucking consciousness. You know, I was like 9 years old. It was 2009. All I remember is my mom packed everything up. She said, we gone. Mind you, I'm from Puerto Rico. Hot weather, 24/7, the sun, the beaches, good food, woman, everybody, music. And I ended up in Minnesota. Let's think about that for a second. Puerto Rico, hold on. I'm a Dominican. I was born in Puerto Rico. Ended up in Minnesota. What kind of shit is that? Yeah, help it. Yeah. To keep the story moving, right? I ended up in Minnesota in 2009. Now, from 2009 to today's date, you know, obviously I travel back home every once in a while, but I've been living in Minnesota. In the fucking cold. Now, I remember one thing that my mom said to me. Cuando vayamos allá, tú vas a ver nieve. ¿Verdad, mami? Vamos a ver nieve. You know what I'm saying? All geeked up and shit. I think we got here in the summertime. You know, we got here through plane. Thank God, you know what I'm saying? I was born in Puerto Rico. As you may know, Puerto Rico is U.S. territory, so blue passport. Pasaporte. Super flaco. You know what I'm saying? Pasaporte. Plane, tú sabes? Minnesota. So Puerto Rico took a plane to Minnesota, thanks to my mom. And nevertheless, you know, took a plane here. And since that day in 2009, my life has been hell. My life has been no good. I'm not supposed to be here. It's terrible because, you know, it's Minnesota is not not typical for a Dominican to live here. Everybody's white. Well, not really. I grew up in the hood. Everybody was black. But, you know, everybody's white as a grown adult, you know. Everybody's white. You know, you don't have food like back home. No hay arroz, habichuela y carne como, you know what I'm saying? If my mom not cooking that shit, you know what I'm saying? It's like, I'm in uncharted territory. When I was going to school, I was the only Dominican aside from my cousin that was going to the school. I asked my mom one time, like, why we move over here? One simple answer to that shit. My mom, my dad. I didn't grow up with my pops for real. The stories that she told me, they was going at it, boy. Dominicano entiende, you feel me? Dominicans understand what I'm saying, you feel me? Growing up, you know, traumatic family, dysfunctional, you know, this family don't get along with this family, this and that, you know, there's always problem, you feel me? So that's probably something that led to coming here. But I always told her, why the fuck Minnesota? I don't know, people. Help me understand. Help me understand, for real. So I feel like my life is very weird. It's very odd. I feel like I stick out like a sore thumb porque tú sabes, uno es bacano, ¿me entiendes? Uno no encaja en ningún lado. I don't fit in with nobody here. I've never really fit in. I don't really ever want to fit in. ¿Tú me entiendes? Pero yeah, back home, every year where I used to go back home, oh man. See, that's the thing. When you run Dominican Republic, Puerto Rico, whatever, more Dominican Republic though, when you fly back home and they know you live in the USA, they think you balling. Woo! Oh, you balling. You got money. This is fake money. It's not real. Everybody think you balling. Reality, you know, motherfuckers over here busting their ass Monday through Friday, sometimes the weekends, to get some money to pay bills and die. Back home? No. Back home, your pockets Pockets is full. The case, not the case. We broke. We don't got no money. Coming here, I believe, was a wake-up call to everybody. And this is a life that everybody that's Hispanic or an immigrant, that they live the same life. I'm pretty sure if I tell an African, do people back home think you're rich? Hell yeah, they think I'm rich. But I don't got no money. ¿Me entiendes lo que te digo? One day when I got here, my first day when it snowed, I was so happy, bro. The first time I seen snow, oh my goodness. My God, look, it's snowing. Shut your motherfucker, what? And I realized, damn, this is every day. This is every day. For the rest of my life, quote unquote. No, sir. Luckily, I was reborn and we gonna stop that shit sooner than later. Thank God. God willing. But the first time it snowed, man, I was in love, and then I realized it gets cold as fuck in Minnesota. I'm near in Canada. Ustedes saben que uno muchacho, you a kid, so, all that shit don't mean nothing until you grow up. And you realize, I gotta live in minus 40 degree weather for 8 months out the year? And I was born in the Caribbean? Hell no. And that just started clicking. As soon as I graduated high school, I'm like, whoa, my goodness, I don't want to be here. That's why I understand when people commit suicide, man. If you're not from here and your family come here and life just get worse, it's terrible. It's terrible. Got here, enjoyed snow for a day, and I've been hating this shit ever since. Fill y'all in on something real quick. My whole family, from my mom's side, well, not my whole family. A good part of my mom's side of the family, my cousins and shit, we all moved here. So the only people we knew was our family. Nobody spoke English at the time. Until we learned English, of course. So most of our time was going to school, coming home, eating, and translating all the shit that our parents got. Oh, mira, mami, esto dice esto y esto y esto. Oh, mira, mami, esto dice esto y esto y esto. Getting our ass f***ed up for not knowing how to do the homework. That's it. That's it. We got here, seen snow, translate, get our ass whooped for not knowing math. That's it. That's it. You move from your country somewhere else. That's an immigrant. You immigrate. You migrate, right? Did I say that right? I don't know. Y'all gonna see this. Y'all gonna let me know. You move, and shit just get worse. From my point of view. Now, obviously we know that quizá, our parents doing the best they knew, or the best they could with what they knew, man. But damn, I wish my mom would have left me over there far as hell from this cold shit. And then that's the thing, y'all. Tu sabe? When you move here, you expect to move to wherever you move, you think you're gonna move somewhere good. And you end up in the inner city. Woo-wee! Where they killing everybody, robbing motherfuckers. I got my ass robbed when I ain't even had shit. So, nowadays I try to tell my mom, like, yo, I don't think moving here was, the best idea. From my point of view, given I probably ain't know shit, didn't know what they was going through. My mom whooping my pop's ass. My dad whooping my mom's ass. She said, you. Took all this shit and skedaddle. I'm not mad at it, though. God has the perfect plan for everybody. I do question it, though, a lot. A lot. But coming to America, my people, is not easy, my people. You got to learn a new language. You know what I'm saying? You don't got no friends. Thing is different. I got fat as fuck. When I was back home, I was skinny. Woo, we skinny like how I am now, you feel me? When I got here, in the first 3 months, I got big as fuck. Straight Little Caesars and McDonald's. Processed food fuck you up. I got big, live in the cold, got no friends. Bullshit. I'm pretty sure everybody that's out there, if you're a Dominican or una persona del Caribe or wherever you from, and you move to the U.S., I'm pretty sure you get what I'm saying, or you at least, understand what it is. Maybe your bits and pieces, you feel me? It's not easy, man. I salute the people that come here from like the Caribbean, somewhere beautiful, the best place in the world. And they move here and they say they like it. Keep in mind, I feel like here in the USA, but in Minnesota specifically, this far as state, is for people that want to retire, man. I feel like it's not for people, you know, that's del Caribe, de RD, que somos rápido, música. You know what I'm saying? We hyper. Everything about us just screams Caribe, beach, every day, sunny side, good weather. Come here, and this all you see when you come to a state like this or the USA where it's cold, white people. White people. That's it. That's it. People look at you funny because your skin different, because you got an accent. You know, there's a lot of shit you got to adjust to, you know. I met a lot of cool people, though. You know what I'm saying? My life here has been a blessing. You know? A lot of opportunities, tú sabes. But it's going to get to a point, you know, when God going to bless us and we going to move out of here, y'all. USA is cool, man, but it's getting crazy, my people. It's getting crazy. Donald Trump. You feel me? It's getting crazy. That was a little story time and a little bit of a lot of information. You feel me? About how it was coming to America. A little bit about me, quien yo soy. I'm going to try to do a lot of story times, you know, down the road. Let's see what the hell, because I'm not going to lie. I don't even remember what happened last week, let alone what happened 15 years ago. Hope y'all like this little story time, though. About me coming to America, how I feel about America, how I feel about the cold, how I feel about where I am in Minnesota, you feel me? This cold-ass state. And hopefully, I ain't gonna lie, maybe there's a lot of, you know, migrants out there, you know what I'm saying, that feel the same way. ¿Me entiendes? This is a message to everybody that lives in a place where it's hot 24/7. Stay there. Don't move, coño. Don't move. If you live in a place where it's hot year-round, stay your ass there and don't move. That's the message. Coño.